fight tonight.
What's going on, everybody? Jade up here. Today's video is going to be 11 tips to help you magic your users out in Veteran Maelstrom Arena. If you want to get that edge on the other player, or you're just looking for some tips, hopefully it's help you out. Tip number 1, Archer Mage stack. Send next to the portal the range ad spawns at. Then face the direction you want the ads to move to. This is very, very important. So I like to face the range ad towards the exit ad. And so that way they'll meet up on my dots. And then I just range down that last ad that's coming in. Now this will help DPS multiple ads at once. And you'll see an increase in time and damage here. Tip number 2. If you notice in this arena, there's 3 tracks where the blades will circle around the arena. The track closest to the center of the room will only have 1 blade going around that track. So if you stand closest to the inner part of the room, you will only get hit by 1 blade and not multiple ones. Plus, it's easier to lay down your dots on the ad that spawns in between those 2 sigils, and then it's easier to range down the ads from either side. This may take some time to get used to and only getting hit by 1 blade, but I promise you it will help you out in taking less damage. Then just pull the lever whenever you feel like you need to lose the bleed damage, like I did here. You'll lose the bleed damage and you'll be good to go. All right, tip number 3. Go to the island the boss will spawn closest to. And as soon as you see a portal spawn, drop your Destro ulti on the boss and it will help clear the ads and push that boss into execute. Then just shield up and DPS the boss as needed. Tip number 4 on this boss round, start on the starter island, DPS the boss to 90%, then turn towards the closest sigil, DPS the range ad first, then start DPS in the boss while cleaving the melee ad. Once you push the boss, go to the second island where the chalice sigil is, DPS the range ad, rinse and repeat, drop your ulti here on the second island, which is a Destro ulti, hopefully, and then just stay focused on the boss the entire time while shielding up when needed. Tip number 5, leave 1 totem covered till the boss round. Kill the Horver on that totem that's covered, and this will stun the boss, and then just DPS the crap out of that boss. Tip number 6, if a plant's in your way, move close to it, and then quickly move away, spawning that plant explosion. Tip number 7, move the boss towards the ad you want to be shielded by. Then kill the other ranged ad and push the boss into that shield phase where he's screaming. This way you can hit the boss with your blockade and your damage is right there in front of you. Tip number 8. Lay your dots on 1 pillar while you heavy attack force pulsing another. Once both pillars are down, go to the 3rd pillar while you heavy attack force pulsing it, and then lay down your dots on that pillar. And when it's close to dying, drop your ulti on the boss and just DPS the crap out of her. Tip number 9, on this round with the Ash Titan, work on getting 2 ghosts during this round. DPS the ads till there's only 1 close to death. Pick up the 3rd ghost so you can use the spectral explosion on the boss, stunning her and giving you a good window to DPS her down to 70%. Note that if the last 2 ads are the mage and the ogrim, and the mage gets a gold ghost, you won't get another one. Tip number 3 coming up. So tip number 3, throw your dots on the first crystal and do 1 force pulse rotation. Then turn to the 2nd crystal and start force pulse weaving it down while moving towards the 3rd crystal and looking for the rock shield. If the rock shield is by the 2nd crystal, keep going around towards the 3rd crystal and meeting up with it on the 1st crystal. This will be easier and it won't run you out of stam. Tip number 11, as soon as the boss spawns down at the bottom, throw your dots on the boss, then bash her, and then move away from her quickly so that she does 1 of the 2 ranged attacks. Once she does 1 of the ranged attack, move in close to her, triggering her huge AoE explosion. After that, moving out of the AoE about 5 to 8 meters away from her, triggering her 2nd ranged attack. And this will keep the boss in 1 spot at a longer time, increasing your DPS. Hopefully these tips helped. If they did, like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Thank you again for watching. Appreciate it.